Hi, it's Maren with Heart and Soul Dance, and this is 4 days of 4 drills, and you might get a bonus. Did I say that out loud? Yes, I did. So this holiday season, we wanted to share some of our drills, our favorite drills with you. And from my perspective, drills are the best way for us to evolve our dancing. Oftentimes we think of that we have to fix our dancing, we have to do something, and there's one magical fix. And I have bad news. There's no one magical fix. It's a series of ongoing drills and applying the information and practice that will evolve your dancing. And for some people that might be bad news, but I think for most people that's actually the good news. I know it is for me because it gives me a very clear path. So, my drill today is actually going to bring together all of the other drills that you've been doing and any drills that you've done with all the other teachers and through other online whatevers, right? The biggest challenge I think for a lot of us is, okay, I've been doing this on my own out there. How do I bring it back into the partnership? Or what does that mean that I've worked on this, and how do I bring it together? I want you to think of, here's how I think of partner dancing. I think of it as a 3-way partnership. And you're wondering, that's weird because there's 2 people dancing together. You're actually also dancing with the music because the music is what inspires us to dance, right? So I think of it as a triangle, and the music inspires us. There's me and there's my partner. What I find with drills is that oftentimes I can do it by myself and then I can do it with the music, but when I go to do it with my partner, it all falls apart. Or my partner and I can do it together, or I can do it by myself, I can do it with my partner, we go to put on the music and it all falls apart. So is there some sort of a magical kind of something or other that would help me to bring everything together? Got you covered. At least I have me covered. This is my drill. This is how I bring everything together when I've done drills and I've done this and I've done that, and it's still not clicking with my partner to the music. This is what I do. So I breathe. I know, sounds simple. We breathe every day of the week, all day long, and it's something we don't think about. And that's the challenge, is that we actually don't think about it. So I'm going to bring your attention to your breathing. Breathing is what the breath of life. It's what connects all things. And so if I can connect myself to my breath, then it's much easier for me to connect to everything around me. So we're going to do this together, and we're going to start off thinking about just the way you breathe right now. So put yourself into your body and pay attention to your breath. Where do you notice it in your body, and what do you notice about it? If you're like most people, you're noticing that it's up in your chest, and your chest is moving in and out, and you mostly feel it in the front of your body. Some people feel it in the back of their body. So now what I would invite you to do is actually, and I'm gonna step back so you can see it, is drop it down into your belly. So I don't want you to force it or try and make it happen, but I want you to put your attention on dropping your breath down into your belly. So every inhale you take, it's going to extend your belly, and then every exhale, your belly contracts. And then you inhale, it expands, and you exhale, and it naturally contracts. I don't want to, force it. We're not forcing it, so we're just allowing it to drop into our bellies. And many of you may have done this in yoga or in other breathing classes where we call it our deep belly breath. We're going to keep going though. This is an exercise that I was reminded of recently by a chiropractor that I saw out in Naperville named Dr. Jamie. She's amazing. And it's an exercise that I had done years ago in dancing, and it was fun that she reminded me of it, and I was like, oh, cool. So she calls it her 360 breath. So we now have our breath down in our belly. What I'd like for you to do next is you're going to actually breathe through your sides. So as you inhale and exhale, you're going to think about your breath coming out the sides and in the sides. So you're going to expand through the sides of your body. And it may be more imagination at this point, which is great. Imagination is awesome. And you're actually filling the sides of your body with your breath. Excellent. So now we're going to take it to the back. And we're going to fill the back of our body with our breath. So you inhale into the back of your body and exhale from the back of your body. And inhale from the back. And exhale from the back. So just after those few exercises, and we haven't even put it together yet, I want you to notice the difference in your body from when you first started to pay attention to your breathing. That was most likely up in your chest, and now we've dropped it down and we've expanded it all around. We've made ourselves a 360 human being. And I know for myself, and you probably can hear it in the tone of my voice, is everything has gotten grounded and settled down. See if you're noticing that in your body. If there's a more of a calmness that's happened and a groundedness. And you may have a different word for it. So I want you to feel that. What does that feel like in your body? So as you're doing that, the last piece of this exercise, before we put it in with the other drills that you've been doing, is to actually do all 4 of those at once. So you're going to front and back and both sides, and you're going to fill that space with your breath, and then let it empty. And fill the space with your breath, and let it empty. So now you're 360 breathing from a lower place in your body. So hopefully your shoulders have dropped. Maybe some of your anxiety has gone away. And know that having worked with competitors and dancers for the last 30 years, the biggest challenge, the biggest obstacle to dancing well with a partner is our anxiety and being up in our brains. It's not our ability to do so, it's not our technique, it's not our knowledge base, it's the fact that we get up in our heads, so up in our shoulders, our breath tightens, we shorten up, and now we're like, I'm ready to dance, and nothing works. And we wonder why nothing works, because I'm up all night, right? So doing your drills. Oftentimes when we do our drills, we're not so anxious. But if you are, you can use this practice even doing your drills. Do your drills, do your practices. And then when you come back together with your partner, before you get into frame, before you do anything else, drop in and do your 360 breathing. Nobody even needs to know you're doing it, right? So this was one of the things that I used when I competed in swing. I did that many years ago. And the high tense and competition place where you don't know your partner, you don't know your music, and you get out there and you're being judged. It's called a Jack and Jill. And when I would get out there and do my Jack and Jill, the feedback that I got early on was, when you late night dance, you're a much better dancer than when you compete. And I know many of us have heard that as dancers. Like when we just are out there social dancing, we're much better than when we go compete. Well, guess why? We just talked about it. I get out there and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to compete. well, this isn't ready to compete. This is like, I'm up in my head, I'm up in my body, and I'm not gonna be able to execute any of the technique that I have very well. So this was the practice that I had of dropping into my body, expanding out my attention in through my breath, and just relaxing. And then I was ready to compete. Even if you're not competing, even if you're a social dancer or anything that you have anxiety about, use this. This is a phenomenal practice for bringing everything back together. Learn to connect to your breath, drop into your body, and really relax into life. It'll be amazing. You will be amazed at how much more joy-filled life will be. So that's our final practice for these 4 days. Oh wait, didn't I mention that there might be a bonus? Oh, you'll have to check your email tomorrow. I won't be seeing you tomorrow, but I will be thinking of you and wishing every single one of you an absolutely glorious Happy New Year and 2022 to come. Hopefully we'll see you at a dance or two, and if not, know that our hearts are with you. Have a blessed year.